Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations, a weekly podcast focusing on e-commerce topics featuring interviews with prominent people in the e-commerce space.
This is E-Commerce Conversations by Practical E-Commerce. My name is Kerry Murdoch. The attempt by state governments to collect online sales taxes is impacting affiliate marketers. That's because a group of states is attempting to expand the Nexus definition to include affiliates in those states and thereby force retailers with those affiliates to pay sales taxes. Our guest today is an affiliate marketer, and he's here to discuss how all of this is impacting his business. He's Oliver Roop, founder and CEO of VigLink, an affiliate marketing management company. Well, Oliver, thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Oliver, we count about a dozen states that have affiliate Nexus sales tax laws in place, or they're contemplating those laws that make affiliates in the state constitutes Nexus for sales tax purposes. Your business is in affiliate marketing. How is this affecting the affiliate marketing business?
Well, it's certainly problematic, and it introduces a lot of uncertainty. What we're finding is, merchants run affiliate programs to get people to talk about their products, and that promotion sort of drives new business to them. If a state passes one of these laws, a merchant, typically stops doing business with affiliates in that state. But there remain, and we expect there will always remain, states that don't enact these laws. And so those affiliates can still have readers and do business nationwide. So really what it's doing is it's shifting, jobs and commerce out of the states that enact these laws and shifting them to the other states that don't, rather than really changing the size of the pie overall. We have not found that the size of the pie is shrinking at all as a result of these laws. But it's also certainly not, resulting in any sales tax flowing to the states either.
What happens if, Oliver, if half the states do this? And I should hasten to add to our readers, all of this is being adjudicated as you and I speak, as I understand it. So it's somewhat of an unsettled question whether this tack that states have taken will ultimately be adopted, as we understand it anyway. But having said that, what happens if half the states have these laws in place?
Right. I think so. It generally there is an air of uncertainty, and I think as these laws progress, that is sort of worsened, and so that does make it more difficult to, for example, raise investment for an affiliate-related business. But really, all we're seeing that happens is the affiliate business shifts between the states rather than being overall grown or shrunk. So, if California, which is where we're headquartered, enacts, a law like this, it might cause us to move out of state. In a worst case, it could sort of ruin our business. But the other affiliates who are located in other states will, in fact, take up the slack and, really benefit from, that move. So really, all states are really doing is driving affiliate-related jobs out of their state, and it's not really affecting sort of the ultimate bottom line, of the business. And so I think half the states would not really change the status quo so much. I think if it ever got to be all the states, or substantially all the states where tech workers could be found, that would, of course, negatively affect the industry. But we suspect, much as with tax laws, of other kinds, there will always be states that choose not to enact those laws for the comparative advantage it offers them, or even, in fact, international affiliate companies that will take up that slack.
That makes sense. Let's step back just for a sec and put on your public policy hat for a sec, Oliver. You're a technology executive, a seasoned technology executive, and what we have reported here at Practical E-Commerce goes something like this. States and municipalities, local taxing districts, are in a bind because as retail sales migrate online, their historic reliance on local tax revenue from physical retailers in their area has decreased. So that has put them in a bind. If you were a policymaker, a legislator in a state, how would you address that?
I think it's certainly a challenge. I think I would likely try to address it through really cost cutting rather than increasing revenue. And I think the reason for that is not merely sort of a political statement. It's that, unfortunately for the state legislatures involved, a nexus doesn't exist just because you say one does. The Supreme Court actually weighed in on this very issue back when this whole issue was surrounding mail order companies, and J. Crew was taking business from out of state. When your local residents were buying from mail order companies, there was the same temptation to try and tax business that was occurring with out-of-state companies. And it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, a nexus doesn't exist just because you wish one did. So I think as a state legislature, I would say there are a number of your local residents are supposed to report their purchases and remit their taxes on their own, and so you can certainly take a number of steps to make sure that happens more often. Then there are other places to cut costs and increase revenue, but this one is not. It is not raising the taxes they hope for, and if you look at the states that have passed these laws, none of them have seen increased tax revenue as a result. And it is, in fact, driving jobs out of state, which, in fact, drives down revenue. So I would say let's start by enacting, sticking to policies that drive up revenue rather than drive it down.
Now, let me follow up on a point you just made there. You said that states that have enacted these laws have seen no revenue increase. We haven't heard that before. Where do you get that from?
The Performance Marketing Association is the trade group of performance marketers and affiliates, and those are the facts they're reporting. Really it stems from the online retailers have immediately cut ties with all the affiliates in a state that enacts these laws in order to prevent even the argument that a nexus exists. And so, I believe, and this is from the Performance Marketing Association, that Rhode Island, for example, has gone on record as saying, their affiliate tax law did not, in fact, raise any tax revenue.
Our listeners are principally smaller e-commerce merchants, and it's our understanding from certainly in the case of Illinois' law, and I think this applies to most of the states that are adopting or attempting to adopt the affiliates as having constitute nexus. It's our understanding there's a minimum threshold there, and so for the small merchants listening to this that perhaps have their own affiliate programs, how do these laws affect them?
So that minimum threshold, actually, to be honest, is not something we had heard a lot about. I think we have been most focused on California since it's where we're headquartered. And part of the challenge of these laws is that they remain very much in flux. So at least one version of the bill being considered in California tries to attribute a nexus not just to affiliates, but in fact to the existence of servers in their state, contractors in their state, subsidiaries in their state. So really, I think the attempt to establish Nexus more broadly goes well beyond affiliates. I think is ultimately doomed in the courts, but certainly introduces a lot of uncertainty. And so I don't quite know what to tell all your readers. I think that depending on the law, how it actually gets written, depending on, how the courts react to the injunction attempt, a number of facts may be true, and I would sort of hesitate to advise them.
It's our understanding in the case, just sort of as an aside here for those listening, it's our understanding, we've reported at Practical E-Commerce, that in the instance of Illinois and other states, that the company that has the affiliate program has to be doing $100,000 worth of business in that state for it to apply. I believe I'm saying that correctly. So that's why those are that's referred to loosely as the Amazon tax, because it's directed at larger merchants. That's our understanding. Let me switch directions on you just for a sec. Oliver, your company is an innovative company, VigLink. It manages affiliate marketing for companies or manages affiliate links. Tell us about your company, what it is that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, absolutely. Many merchants run affiliate programs to get, publishers to talk about their product and promote their product. But despite, over a decade of, this, affiliate marketing being in existence, the number of publishers who participate is really small. So if you look as a percentage of the internet, how many internet publishers do any kind of affiliate marketing, it's certainly under 1%. And, the reasons for that is it's just really hard to do. You need to understand a lot of nomenclature. You need to sign up for these affiliate networks, which have rather complicated terms, and working with them technically is tough. VigLink makes it much easier for publishers to work with affiliate programs. And so a small merchant can reach many more publishers and have those publishers promote their product because the VigLink technology makes it so much easier.
So a merchant listening to this, let's assume that the merchant sells cooking supplies. I pulled that off the top of my head, cooking supplies. And that merchant has his or her own affiliate program in place. They're looking to sign up affiliates. They can go to your company, and you can help them. You can help them find publishers to refer customers to their cooking supplies.
Well, it's actually even easier. At the moment, all they have to do is use whatever network, talk to whatever network they already are running through, and make sure that VigLink is turned on as one of their publishers that has access to their program.
Okay.
And once we get that access, we find publishers that are already talking about related products, and we try to get them to talk about more related products and, potentially talk about the product of that particular merchant. We don't yet have a sort of direct merchant outreach program. We work exclusively through the networks at this point, but certainly over time we'd like to be able to, help the merchants identify exactly which publishers they want to work with and send more, specific traffic to them. But for now, all they really have to do is ensure that VigLink is turned on as a publisher in their affiliate network, and we're signed up with really all the affiliate networks.
Got it. Has the Nexus expansion, has that affected your business in a negative way?
It has. So we had an office in Illinois, and when Illinois passed, in Chicago, in fact, and when Illinois passed that law, we closed up shop and moved 15 miles east to Indiana. And so, that was certainly a headache at a time when we didn't need one. More worrisome is the thought of passing it in California. There's no, convenient state 15 miles east to San Francisco that we can move to. And so, if the law passes as is, probably about 30% of our revenue would turn off overnight. And we would have the option of moving out of state, which of course is logistically challenging, of, doing layoffs. Ultimately, if we were not able to move to a different state that didn't have such a law, potentially our whole business is at risk, because our publishers work with us because we have comprehensive coverage across the all the merchants and big ones like Amazon and Overstock went away, that would certainly challenge our comprehensive coverage.
Mm-hmm. We have just another minute or so left, sir. Anything else on your mind today for our listeners who, of course, are e-commerce merchants?
Absolutely. So I'd say even with the sort of negative, feeling around the spread of these affiliate tax laws, I would still say to the merchants, the technology behind affiliate marketing and the marketplace is now in the last sort of year or two starting to innovate quite rapidly, and there really is a potential to draw incremental business to your company with no risk. Right? The advantage of affiliate marketing is that the fees you pay are only paid on conversion when you know you've made a sale, and so there's very little risk to participating. So I'd say despite the cloud of uncertainty around which particular states you're going to be able to do business in, I would definitely, if you last looked at affiliate marketing a few years ago and decided it wasn't for you, I'd say take another look. There's a real possibility of driving incremental business to your company, and we would love to be a part of making that happen.
Okay. Well, for purposes of our listeners, we've been visiting with Oliver Roop. Oliver is the founder and CEO of VigLink. That's viglink.com. Let me spell that. That's V as in Victor, IGLINK, viglink.com, an innovative affiliate marketing management company. We've been discussing the new affiliate Nexus laws that have been enacted around the country. And Oliver Roop, we want to thank you for your time today, sir.
Great. Well, thank you for having me.
That's all the time we have for this week's e-commerce conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tune in next week for another new episode.